What we're doing today is we're working on the back of this Toyota Camry. I kind of had a plan, and it's not going to work the way I wanted to because I don't think I'm allowed to do it within the rules. But what I want to do is take the trunk completely off and then flip it upside down and bolt it through the floor and have it tight to the back of where the seats go kind of thing. But I don't think it's really going to fly, so I'm not going to do it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to, I've already started to drill some holes through the frame, drop some 3/4 threaded rod through, drill some holes through the top of the trunk right about there, and then just bolt use the threaded rod to pull the trunk closed, and then just kind of weld it and kind of wedge it back with a sledgehammer. But we're just using the jack to jack up the back end, and I figured I might as well do two birds with one stone and put the jack underneath the spare tire carrier and jack it up and kind of push that up as I'm doing it to drill the holes from the underside. So let's get going. So the trunk really didn't go as I planned, but it did turn out half decent. My main goal was mostly at the bottom here is to get the sheet metal away from the tires. So that's done pretty well. As you can see, a lot of you guys might say, well, that leaves your tires wide open, but I'd rather leave them open like this than have them so metal can come into them and get hung up and caught up, and not a big fan of that. Now, the trunk lid did not go as I really planned, but it's not as bad as it looks. I guess with these cars you have to weld the trunks before you start pounding them down. I didn't really feel like welding this. I was going to seatbelt it a little more, but I didn't. I can't really make up any good reasons why I didn't. I just put 4 seatbelts on it and thought it'd be good, but it wasn't. As you can see, the trunk lid actually went much lower than the speaker deck. And this may be a bad thing and it may be a good thing. Now, the bad thing is I've kind of made the top weaker. But by making the top weaker, that rear frame section is going to want to curl up a little bit faster. I could put a back window bar on this from the roof to the back of the speaker deck just to try to hold it down. Like if I put it right there in the center of the speaker deck, it isn't going to reinforce the back until it actually comes up to the speaker deck. But who knows, I may still do that. I have one more day left of building. But I did put threaded rod, but I put the threaded rod way up here by the speaker deck and behind the strut towers. Because realistically, I do not want this car to come anywhere past this section here. So by putting that there, I'm putting a little bit extra strength to hold that speaker deck in place before it even reaches the gas tank protector. Because as soon as I get past those threaded rods, I'm into coils and strut towers, and as soon as you lose those and you rip those out, it's definitely no good. So that's why I put the threaded rod that far up. I could put more threaded rod farther back to help hold the trunk lid to the rear frame so that way it doesn't peel away, but I don't really think I'm going to need that as much. This car is more of a learning experience. It is a manual car, so how I drive it is going to be much different than how I would drive an automatic in the ring. but we will see. I kind of like how the back curls into each other. Like, see how this side comes in from the body lines? And this side as well. So I do like that. And I did still fold the trunk lid right down to the rear bumper. That's still space against the spare tire, but it's still down quite a bit. But I don't know how this is going to pan out. It didn't really go exactly as planned. My plan is to basically do exactly how it is, except have that trunk lid touching the speaker deck all the way across, just to kind of put a little bit more strength on the top, because then it would push the trunk into the speaker deck. But can't win them all, I guess. And I've learned my lesson. I guess the first thing we have to do is weld the trunk closed before you go out with a sledgehammer. But all this is sledgehammer and just a little bit of come-along work done to it, but not a whole lot. And so that's another item off the list. And with the Derby about 24 hours away, I'm a little bit stressing out. So as you guys can see, it's getting quite dark outside, and pretty much done for today, and I'm gonna still be struggling doing this. Just a couple little things left to do tomorrow. Toggle switch on the roof for the fuel pump, fire extinguisher, cut the hole in the hood bigger because I just have it barely cut out for the header. Make some plates and washers for the hood, thread that down, cover up battery gas tank, maybe put a new battery into it because this battery's not doing the best. It is getting quite weak. It's been through a couple derbies now, and I believe that's just about it. Oh, I got to bolt the cage to the floor still because I haven't done that. But this car is almost done, and it is taking a lot out of me. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully this car does great, and we'll be seeing you back here tomorrow. Hopefully we'll see this thing run very shortly, or yeah.